shit, I think this is, last time was pandemic. I think this was 2020, maybe 2021, like early 2021. But cable. We are doing one of my all-time favorite games, LA Noire. I hope my mic is working. Yeah, because the thing up in the corner just lights up no matter what. But according to my headphones, I have the mic on. We're going to do a case to tease my good buddy and little brother Xander on the beauty of this game. I did want to share the extras first. On top of this being some of the most incredible music in video games, there is a vehicle showroom, so any vehicle you come across in the game, basically you can enter it, and then I think when you enter it, it unlocks it. And yeah, look at this. And so it gives you the year, the horsepower on it, and the top speed. Those that know that I don't have a license, but if I had the opportunity to drive something like this, any of these cars, I would get my license. These are some of the most beautiful things that man has made, is cars like this. And I'm not a huge fan of gas guzzling vehicles, but if you're gonna pollute our air, at least do it in style. Now I'm screwing around. Okay, so your two doors, I haven't found everything, obviously, as you can see. Some of these ones you automatically get because they're your patrol cars, although these are civilian ones. I think there's a whole section for police cars, but my grandfather actually owned a Model A. I don't think the Model A is in this game. My grandfather actually had a Model A that he drove us around in Fremont eons ago with the rumble seat. I don't know if any of these cars have the rumble seat. Yeah, let me go back to the, oops. Let me go back up to the four-door. It's going to be a specific type of four-door. His was a, maybe his was a two-door. I don't think it's going to show up. I mean, the Model A, his Model A was 30s. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, the Hudson is a car you use as a police car. Also, by the way, the vibraphones is probably the greatest instrument I've ever heard in my entire life. I love the vibraphone. These are your sports cars, so look at that. Fucking 1934 V16 convertible Cadillac. Goddess. The Fleet Master. I love the skirt guards on the wheels. Bikes were the same way too. It's awesome. Mercury. Why did I find all the sports ones? This isn't. There should be a section for the like hidden cars. Oh yeah, with the white walls. So those are your service ones. I don't. Oh, I did get that one. Bonus. Here we go. So you can, if you drive through the city, and I'll show you the map. There are hidden garages, and you can find these particular cars. And these are like the cream of the crop cars, you know, the super special cars. The fastest car in the game is amongst those, the Duesenberg, which I believe I found, so I'll show it to you in just a minute. I just need to get my my goodies going. Been sucking on Four Loko, so we'll see how this goes. If I apologize if I puke at some point in this. The cord. I think the American Picker guys found a Cord tire advertisement, which is pretty fucking awesome. But look at that. I mean, just look at this thing. That's a piece of freaking art right there. That's a pretty unique car. It's a three-wheeler. I can't remember the name of it, but the Delage. Oh. I mean, like, that's just oozes sex right there. Oh my god, the freaking lines, the like fuselage container back end. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. Ah, and there she is. The fastest car in the game, the Duesenberg Walker Coupe. Look at that. Woo. If you want to go and break get the trophy for driving fast for a set amount of time, you have to use that car. This is a beautiful car though. I love this, man. This is just as streamlined as you can get. The Phantom Corsair. The Stout is really neat. The Scarab Stout, that's pretty cool. Talbot, beautiful. Again, I mean, all of these cars are beautiful. Tucker Torpedo. Beautiful. The Voisin. Anyways, I could go on all day about the cars, but that's not what you're here for. But I did want to show that that is also something you can do in this game. As you collect cars, you can learn just a little bit about them. But what we're going to do is cases, so I've beaten the game already. I am going to cheat and make sure that you get the correct questioning. So a large part of this game is all about how to question suspects and stuff, and if you do it incorrectly, it can completely ruin the game. As you can see, I have 5 stars across everything. If you screw up, if you miss evidence, if you do something the wrong way, question person the wrong way, you don't get the 5 stars. So there's a correct way to do it, and so there's a lot of replay value in this. But as you can see, you start out in patrol. There is a little bit of spoilage here, so if you're not interested, and hello to the 2 people that are watching, by the way. This is actually just supposed to be designed for someone to watch, so whoever you are, hello. And yeah, so there is some spoilage here. If you're not interested in being spoiled by that, then fast forward like 30 seconds or so. But you start out in patrol desk. This is just showing you, basically it's a tutorial for all the things you're gonna have to do. This one is driving, I think. This one is shooting, then chasing after people and stuff, and then this one is kind of like your first case that you would do. You get to traffic desk, you work way up to homicide, you get to vice desk, and then you eventually end up in arson desk. We'll do... I guess we'll just do the driver's seat. That way you're at least seeing the first one. Because if you want to watch the like story build up, then yeah. But we'll just do the driver's desk. That way you're or driver's seat. That way you're at least seeing one thing. Let me make sure I set that up. Okay. Jesus. So I did play back in 2022. Wow, okay. Yeah, it was all 2020. I'll just cover this one up. No, that's fine. Okay. What do with this? And so I'm gonna mute myself at times, and I'll unmute myself when I want to ask you a question. So here we go.
Here's your new desk, kid. You're on traffic. The hot sheet is posted here, next to the map.
What's his problem?
That's Biggs. He's an institution.
So this is what all the fuss is about. Why couldn't they build a freeway that goes past my place?
They haven't even approved the money yet, kid. The bond issue won't be till December. It'll be years before any of this will happen. Here's your new partner, Stefan Burkowski.
I've heard all about you, Phelps. You go easy on me and let me earn the odd citation, and maybe we'll get along fine.
I'm here to learn, Detective.
Oh, he's an intense one, isn't he, Mel?
Who's intense?
The newly minted detective here, Cole Phelps.
Hi, Phelps. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I could spend a little time basking in reflected glory. Make a change from busting hookers and dope fiends.
Who was that, Commander?
Roy Earl, chief detective and advice.
Do they all dress like movie stars?
Well, Roy is a movie star. And the whole of the seedy side of L.A. is his audience.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stick with me, kid. You'll find out.
Cool, I can pause. If you recognize folks in this, or they seem familiar, it's probably because they are. Every single person in this is, at least like the main folks, are all based off of their actual voice actors and actresses. A lot of these folks are from Mad Men, including Cole, the main character. But they're also from other stuff, Law and Order and everything like that. But yeah, if you recognize someone, probably them.
And now some housekeeping. Warm Central Division welcome for Detective Cole Phelps. Some of you guys may know Phelps. He's the cop who broke the jewelry store murder. Stand up and take a bow, Phelps.
If it's all right with you,
That's
sir.
an order, Phelps.
Shh, quiet, everybody.
Phelps is one of only 2 serving LAPD officers who received the Silver Star during the war. Really gave it those lousy Japanese, eh, Phelps?
I did my best, Captain.
Why you war heroes always so modest? I've partnered Phelps with everybody's favorite Pole, Stefan Burkowski.
Hope you like work, kid. Bukowski sure as hell doesn't.
Well, that's why we have partners, right?
Okay, can it, guys. Stick with Bukowski. He's a good cop. He knows traffic inside and out. I'm going to start you out with 1 case. You do okay, I'll give you a couple more. You screw up, you'll be rousting vagrants and running license plates. Now get down to the PE Freight Depot, 6th and Alameda. A patrolman called in a suspicious vehicle. Signs of foul play. See what you can find out.
Come on, Phelps.
Okay. So, if you'll notice, by the way, this is a Rockstar game, so the motions
They really
are going
pushed
to be
you through
pretty
quick,
similar.
didn't they? 6 years on patrol before I got this desk. You were here in 5 minutes.
What do you want me to say? I didn't ask for any favors.
That's the cop from the newspapers.
Oh, that looks like a...
I'm going to be honest with you, by the way, since I'm not playing the the tutorial, I have to get used to the buttons because I've been playing Borderlands 3, so bear with me on that.
Ball of oil
Harry
comes
says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he won't.
Also, am I really blocking my... Oh, there it is.
You drive.
I need to go over the case notes.
You know this place?
Sure. Near the old gasworks and signal depot in the warehouse district.
Also, this game is completely, I mean, it's probably not 100% accurate, but they tried to make this as 100% accurate as they could for what LA would have looked like during this time period. I think that's beautiful. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of some of the things that were going on even in LA during this time period, but I still think late 40s LA, beautiful. I love the brick and mortar buildings, the cars, the music, the suits. It's awesome. But just to keep in mind, this is supposed to be pretty realistic as far as like the whole setting and everything like that.
I'll direct. So, tell me a little about yourself, Phelps.
Are we friends now, Bukowski?
We have to work together. Don't be so touchy.
I grew up in San Francisco. My father was in shipping. I went to college at Stanford, did 2 years ROTC before Marine OCS at Camp Elliott. Shipped out in early 45 as a first lieutenant, fought in the Okinawa campaign. I was wounded, shipped back home, did a year on the beat. Now I'm here.
So you won the Silver Star.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now let me get this straight. You single-handedly killed 40 Japs on this hill in Okinawa.
No.
You were up there all night, draped in the flag, knife between your teeth, gun at the ready.
Finished?
The Emperor Hirohito himself leading the charge against you.
I did my part, Bukowski. What did you do?
I kept the streets of L.A. safe for the people.
Yeah. Now I get it. Unfit for service.
No, fuck you, Phelps. I earned a bravery citation during the Zuda riots.
Sounds like you had it rough.
I did my job.
No one is saying you didn't.
I did 6 years as a patrolman.
That's the third time you've told me.
That you, Bukowski? Go on through. Parking lot straight ahead.
I need to get back to work, officer.
The detectives are here now. You repeat to them what you told me.
I did the right thing by calling this in. I'm just a working stick.
Just give them your story and you'll be all right.
This is your first case, Phelps. It's okay to admit it if you're stumped. If you don't know what to do next, just come talk to me and we'll see what we can figure out.
Thanks, Stefan. You're okay.
Okay, so at this point, our job is to search the crime scene, look for clues, and then interview people. So here we go.
I'm Officer Hart.
Phelps, traffic. What have you got?
Abandoned car, probably stolen. The solid citizen is Nate Wilkie. He called it in.
What gives with the coroner?
There's blood all over the interior. Someone's copped a full Broderick, but no stiff as yet.
We have an owner for the car?
The car is registered to an Adrian Black, just north of Bunker Hill.
All right. We'll take a look around.
I'll keep Mr. Wilkie talking, but don't make him wait too long. He's the restless type.
"32 years old, married. Sounds like an average guy. What was he doing out here?" Happier times, I guess. Stenzel glasses. Home repaired by the look of it. The brand name might give us something to go on. Victim looks to have lost a lot of blood. Mr. F. Morgan picked up a live pig yesterday? Sir, I'm Detective Phelps.
Name's Nate Wilkie.
You found the vehicle?
Sure. Saw it just sitting there. Strange place to be parking your car. Figured I'd better take a look. And then I saw all the blood. So I called the police.
Mind if I ask what you were doing out here?
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch and reckoned I'd take a shortcut.
Sorry. So, this is how the interviewing process goes. So, based on what you know about the person you're interviewing, and you can access your notebook based on your clues and all that stuff, you can either assume they're telling the truth. If this is good cop, bad cop, accused, it used to be truth, doubt, and lie, and now it's good cop, bad cop, accused. You use accused if you have the actual physical evidence to say, no, you're lying. But if you think they're lying but you don't have the evidence, then you can use the bad cop. And then if you think they're telling the truth and you want them to keep going, then you can use the good cop. Intuition allows you to kind of, I guess it's like a helpful hint thing. But that's what the whole point of finding all the clues are, so that way you can go through these. Okay, what should I do now? So, with this one, what do you think after what he just said? Do you think he's telling the truth? Do you think he's lying, but you may not be able to prove it? Or I guess you can press him further, or do you think he's lying completely and you have the evidence? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go off of what you're supposed to do. So, were you right? This is the answer.
Did you see anybody else in the yard? Maybe somebody hanging around the car?
Nope. I hadn't seen a soul all day till you boys turned up.
And so you can see there's a check mark, and that's telling you that it's correct. That also that noise, boom, boom, bang, is correct. Where it's boom, 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 something like that is wrong. Okay, the next question. Do they have knowledge of Adrian Black? So I'm not going to try to talk through this anymore. I'm going to give it a little bit of a delay, excuse me, so you can choose, and then I will give the correct answer just for this one. So here we go.
Do you know Adrian Black, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. That ain't a name I'm familiar with.
Sorry, one more thing. This game was designed to really work on facial capture, so you want to keep an eye on the face of the person if they're making weird facial expressions, or if they're looking different ways, you know, telltale signs as you're interrogating.
You ever seen the car before?
Funny enough, I did. A couple of nights ago, it was over there in the parking lot. I know most of the cars are parked here regular, so it kind of stood out.
The wallet by the car. Was there anything in it when you arrived?
You accusing me of something, mister?
Do you want the patrolman to hold you down while we turn out your pockets, Mr. Wilkie?
Maybe I checked inside that wallet. Not that I was gonna steal anything. Maybe I took a look. But there weren't no money in there. Not even change.
We found a steel pipe with blood on it near the car. Do you know anything about it, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood.
When you saw the blood, was it wet, bright red, or darker like it is now?
Darker, I'd say. Look dry already.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Wilkie. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you.
If you have to, I guess. I can't really spend no more time over this.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps. If you're done here, we'll head over there now.
We're going to notify the wife. You seem to have it under control here.
Yeah, I got this.
Doc?
Detective,
Phelps. What have we got?
a lot of blood for a blunt force injury. Victim must be in a very bad way.
Any sign of the guy?
Not unless he's in the trunk of the car.
Weird. Normally I talk to him first. I don't know why they didn't let me talk to him, but anyways. And if you're curious, again, I love this in this game. Driving is also not something I'm good at to begin with. If you drive in this game and you start crashing into stuff or hitting people, it affects your overall rating. So it's just easier to have your partner drive you. So just keep that in mind, that's why I'm doing that.
You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
And again, you gotta understand, this is one of my all-time favorite games, and this is just getting into me. I love this game.
Let's go introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Just a minute.
LAPD, Mrs. Black. May we come in? We have some bad news, and we'd rather discuss this in private.
I'm Margaret Black. We can discuss this in the living room. Please come in.
Your husband drives a blue Lincoln, Mrs. Black?
That's correct.
The car has been found abandoned, and I'm afraid there are signs of foul play.
I knew something was wrong when he didn't come home.
We believe your husband may be injured. We found a pipe on the scene with blood on it.
Oh, no! My poor Adrian!
Does the name Insta-Heat mean anything to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. We've just had a new water heater installed.
Whereabouts, Mrs. Black?
Just outside the kitchen window, at the side of the house.
I'd like you to try and stay calm and remember everything that you can about last night. My partner and I are going to take a look around. When you're ready, we're going to have some more questions for you. Is that okay?
Of course, officer. Anything to help secure my husband's safety.
Well, let's check the place out. Come on.
So I think I showed you a picture of it, but I used to have a radio like that. God, that makes me incredibly sad I don't have it anymore, but you know. Now, you can get these newspapers that are around. Why does my freaking thing keep going away? Damn it. My little map's missing. Why is my map missing?
Coming, Stefan?
Hold on, I'm coming.
Anyways, you can get these
Have a good look around.
newspapers.
There's gotta be something in here
I
to go
get
on.
it. These newspapers, and they give you backstories, so I will do a backstory for you.
Lie down, make yourself comfortable. So, girlfriend of Courtney's.
Yes, Doctor.
He seems very concerned about you.
I have these visions. These blinding visions. I can't get them out of my head. My skull, it feels like it's in a
I
vice.
want to give you something to calm your nerves. I want to take you on a journey back. I want you to remember the good things about your past, the occasions that made you laugh, times that made you smile.
Also, they did a fantastic job with the casting on this, I swear. So, all of these newspapers are going to lead up to the story itself. So there's, excuse me, if you've ever watched Crash, it's like that, where there's all these side stories that are leading to a certain point. So that's the point of the newspapers.
Kavanaugh's. So who brought this home? Maybe Adrian was a patron. R&I should have an address. This was only recently installed, not 2 days ago.
Maybe it's time we took a look around outside.
So I actually have somewhere some of these kind of like pamphlets, not in Sahib, but some of these pamphlets. These are so fucking cool. I love these things. Look at them. There's something so aesthetic about them.
This must be Adrian's. Stenzel. So the glasses are a match. To my Adrian. This thing gets more and more interesting. A used ticket to Seattle and a suitcase gone missing. Someone couldn't wait to get out of this house. Separate bedrooms, separate pictures. What gives here? No use leaving the thing half finished. So the pipe missing from Mr. Black's heater is the same one that killed him. Huh. Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home. Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thanks for your help.
I'm all right now, detectives.
We found a receipt in the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig. This receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's plant. A very shady character. I've told Adrian he needs to keep his distance from the staff. They're always out drinking together.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there?
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
Did your husband tell you where he was going last night?
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a drink.
So nothing out of the usual then?
Well, he came home early from work. He never comes home early. And he went out early, too. He normally never leaves for the bar till about 7.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
Go on.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away. He tried to repair them with tape. They looked terrible.
Tell us about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
What is there to tell? It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
There's plenty to tell. You just won't tell it. You're lying about the photograph, Mrs. Black.
You're incredibly rude and insensitive. But I guess you know that. I've told you what I know about the picture.
What about Nicole, Mrs. Black? Was your husband going to leave you for her?
I've seen the photo frame. He thinks I'm stupid. But women sense these things. I don't know if he intended to leave me or if it was just a fling. God only knows. I only want to know that he's safe.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well, no. I was here alone. I cooked Adrian's dinner and waited, but he never came home.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, Detective.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Jesus, I'm glad to be out of there.
Mr. and Mrs. Black don't seem to have the happiest home life.
He's too scared to divorce her, and she's too much of a shrinking violet to throw him out. If this hadn't happened, they could have stayed miserable together forever.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't seem the type, but stranger things have happened.
Hey, I know you.
No, you don't.
You looking for someone?
That broad has socks in it, Brazier.
You know Frank Morgan?
Sure. Frank's a regular. He's a loner in the back.
That cherry pie was delish.
Frank Morgan?
Who's asking?
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of Adrian Black.
Yeah, I know him.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough break.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight depot, covered in blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that. I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk-off, Phelps.
You're lying, Morgan. You were there.
And you're talking out your ass, Detective. How about you prove I was out at that rail yard?
You were there, Morgan. We found a receipt in the trunk of the car. It has your name on it. We can call the slaughter yard and nail you on it.
All right already. That fool Adrian's fallen for some dame in Seattle. He wanted me to make it look like he'd been attacked.
Where exactly is Black holed up?
No idea. I think he took off for Seattle.
I'm tired of your shtick, Morgan. Spill it, or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
He's holed up at my place. He's waiting for some money to come through before he blows town.
An address?
It's an apartment house at the corner of Temple and Figueroa. Apartment number 2.
I think that's all. Thanks for your help, Morgan. We appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just glad I could help. I love cops.
Cuff him, let him go. It's up to you, Phelps. There's no way I'm writing this idiot up.
Does the
Well, if
chicken
it's all
come
the same
with
to
fried
you,
tomatoes?
I'll go back to my drink.
I love these wings.
Can you drive to this one?
So where you want to go?
Car 11K, car 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Message from Technical Services. Blood found in the abandoned Lincoln at the PE Freight Depot is not human. Repeat, not human. Compositional analysis reveals swine as the most likely match.
Roger, KGPL. Time to reel this guy in, Phelps. Well, let's check the place out. Come on.
Apartment 2.
Help you, gentlemen?
LAPD detectives, Mr. Black. You're under arrest.
Look, I'm really sorry about this. I never tried to hurt anyone. I just needed to get away from L.A. I won't put up a struggle. Just let me get my things.
I knew it! Phelps, go after him. I'll try and head him off in the car. Remember, the gun is the last resort.
There's no point running, Adrian. Mr. Black, get back here right now. It's over, Adrian.
Stop right there, Adrian.
Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama?
I thought it would be easier.
No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for conspiracy and fraud. We'll see what the DA has to say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house.
I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bukowski here, you could go a long way in this department.
There you go. You get your final case report. We got all the clues found. We did all the questions right. And we didn't kill anyone, damage anything, city or vehicle otherwise. And then the case notes give it to you. Now, sometimes they're a little bit misleading because sometimes they say, well, you could have done this, but you still get the 5 stars. So don't let that, kind of get to you. But yeah, that is the driver's seat case. That's the very first one you get when you basically are truly starting the game. But you gotta let me know. How well did you do? Did you get them right? Did you not? It is not an easy game to get right the first time around. Because especially as you get further along, there are some suspects that are really, really hard to read. But yeah, that's LA Noire in a nutshell. You do case after case after case. and eventually get to the climax and all that stuff. But if you're curious about seeing more of these things, we'll try to figure out a way. I can always just unhook the PS4 and bring it back into my room if need be. Now that I know that I have my headphones. So hopefully the mic is working and you've been able to hear me talk through all this. And yeah. But if you want to play it yourself, by all means. But if you want to watch me do this, then we definitely got to play the very first ones, because there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of background stuff that will kind of give you some context into how Cole is, and there's a couple other characters that you'll get a little bit of context that we'll meet along the way in this game. So in any case, thank you so much for watching. I'm Alex with the Crap Bag Gamer and Shonen Flow, and as always, keep it smooth, keep it flow, and we will see you all next time. Until then, shalom. Oh, how do I end this?